Hey everybody, welcome to Leon's Chainsaw Parts and Repair. So, what are we looking at here and why should you care about it? Well, I'm not sure that you should, but we're going to look at it because I've made a collection out of Homelite saws. And as sad as this is going to sound, this would have been produced on a Homelite line in 2009. So this is a Wen Lumberjack. Even though it doesn't state the model number anywhere on it anymore, my guess is at one time there was a sticker there that said 3814. So this is a variation of the Homelite 23AV that would have been roughly, 2008 to 2012, somewhere in there. You would have found those damn things at Home Depot everywhere. Unfortunately, this is a great example of what Homelite became and probably why they just, you can't take them seriously anymore. The company that owns them is a Chinese firm, and this is the kind of plastic stuff that they produce. Now, I stumbled across this and knew, based on the starter and just the overall look, that it was a Homelite variation. And it is the 23AV. At first I was leaning towards the 20AV because of the 14-inch bar that's on it. And even though this is an Oregon bar, I do believe this is what it was sold with. And even though the cover doesn't say when on it, my suspicion is that it was one of those big clamshells clamped over this. So again, the reasons I know that it's was made at least with the same tooling as Homelite is this starter is just very, very recognizable. This throttle handle and vibration isolation assembly is very recognizable, and perhaps that bar cover being the best and truest way to identify it. But overall, it's very close to the same. You've got your choke and primer bulb back here. The two big differences that I see is, number one, the 23AV would have come with a 16 or an 18-inch bar in the Homelite line. This is, again, only a 14. And I did find, believe it or not, an old product spec online for the 3814 Wen. And what's hilarious is some of the measurements or specifications are listed in the metric system. And the rated power output was 1.3 kilowatt. And for reference, my green battery powered saw is actually a 1.5 kilowatt. So just a little tidbit of trivia there for fun and games. So again, this is a 2009 model. I can tell that because down here the date of manufacture says 4-2009. I don't know how long it was produced. The differences: there is no throttle lock pin. Don't know why. Homelite had one right here, a little blue thing. And the start-stop switch, instead of being down there, is up here. And you can see the stop that's right there and half worn off, even though this thing doesn't have a whole lot of wear on it. So it is what it is. This is certainly not a high-end model by any stretch, but it's an uncommon enough Homelite variation that I'll hold on to it. Let's take a listen. That lack of a throttle lock pin sucks. again, this is nothing to get excited or impressed about. It is just a variation of a Homelite saw that is just uncommon enough. I'll hold on to it for a while. Again, this is certainly not something I would take out and cut with. Just interesting for what that's worth.